The SEC versus Ripple case is officially over, with both parties dropping their appeals, and President Trump signs an executive order opening up trillions of dollars in 401k to be invested in crypto. I will give you all the details. Let's get into it. Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's look at the charts real quick because we saw some very bullish activity today with Bitcoin moving up over $117,000. Once again, we're seeing some signs of strength here and it's looking really good. Now, I want to see more confirmation. I do believe this month we're going to see a rally to new highs for Bitcoin and altcoins. So I've been on record saying that, and I think we're seeing the start of that, but it's going to be a stair step out of this, right? Markets don't move in straight lines and you're going to have retests and volatility. You got to expect the volatility. But here's the good things we're seeing. On the daily chart, the RSI is moving away from the oversold zone. The MACD, which was under control of the bulls, right? Because bulls had momentum, is starting to diminish with the red candles fading, and it looks like it's ready to flip green. So that's looking really great. On the weekly chart, the higher time frame, the MACD is still in the green and the bulls are fighting to defend that. So I think this is a start, but again, markets can fake us out before, breaking out upwards. So let's see how this plays out. But this is a very positive sign. Now, with the SEC versus Ripple case being over, XRP saw a big pump today. It's currently trading at $3.30. And similar to Bitcoin, its MACD on the daily is about to flip green again, where bulls will be in control, and its RSI is moving away from the oversold zone. So things are working out perfectly here based on what we've been discussing for weeks now with the market correcting. And if you've been seeing a lot of Bitcoin maxis spreading FUD and talking a lot of negative things about XRP lately, here's why. The XRP Bitcoin chart is looking very bullish, with XRP gaining a lot of strength against Bitcoin, and there's still room for it to run. Credible Crypto shared the chart here saying game, set, match. So this is why you see a lot of Bitcoin maxis right now. They are having headaches and nightmares. Right? The case is wrapped up. XRP's getting a lot of liquidity. They are not having fun. But folks, this is why you don't get emotional about markets. This is why you don't do tribalism and you just go by facts, go by the market principles, and you don't invest with your emotions, because markets will wreck you, and you want to be educated, right? Not go with nonsense and conspiracy theories and over speculation and so forth. That's why I try to keep you guys grounded with the data and the charts and the macro and much more. So folks, the bull market thesis still in play here, and I believe we're going to have a very good August. So overall, the market's looking good, and let's be patient, right? Patience is the key here. Let the market do its thing, and then we're going to see that strength and that parabolic move, and we're going to hit new highs, and I think a lot of you are going to be very happy. All right, so as mentioned earlier, the SEC versus Ripple case is officially over. Both parties have filed a joint dismissal of the appeals. So signed, sealed, delivered, it is done. This is very bullish for XRP. The runway is completely clear. XRP has been set free. And again, it's why the Bitcoin maxis are panicking, because a lot of liquidity is starting to go to XRP. And I'm not saying that Bitcoin and Ether and the other altcoins are not going to do well. They are. But what I've been telling you guys, similar to Solana in 2023 and early 2024, XRP took the mantle as that lead crypto asset, getting a lot of liquidity. Now, ETH has been rallying very strong as well. So, it could be the two of them are getting the lion's share of the liquidity here for the altcoins. But eventually that's going to rotate through the market. But can't deny that the narrative is very strong here for XRP and the liquidity is coming in. So very bullish news. I anticipate, by the way, that this being resolved means that the SEC is going to approve the XRP spot ETFs. The futures is already live. There's demand. The CME has been reporting that there has been great volume behind the XRP futures, and that's what the SEC wants to see. So this is very, very good. And I also anticipate that BlackRock's going to file for their XRP spot ETF, and along with a Solana very soon, because there's no reason for them not to. And as with my interview with Nate Geraci, if you haven't caught that, check it out. We discussed this, that BlackRock's in the business of making money, and they are going to file for it. And I think this was kind of the final hurdle, if you want to call it that. Now, Stuart Alderati, chief legal officer at Ripple, weighed in on this news, saying, following the commission's vote today, the SEC and Ripple formally filed directly with the Second Circuit to dismiss their appeals. And also, Ripple announced some massive news. They are acquiring Rail Financial. So Rail Financial is the infrastructure for fast, reliable, borderless payments, combining traditional finance with stablecoin to power global money movement. They said this strengthens Ripple's leadership in crypto infrastructure and stablecoin payments by adding Rail's robust back office and virtual account capabilities to our global payments network. So this is huge news, folks. In addition to the SEC, dropping their appeal, and Ripple as well. So Ripple's moving ahead. The haters are crying right now. They're having nightmares, but the free market will play out. I'm a big believer in the free market, and I'm diversified. I hold Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, and other coins. So let the best company project win here. So huge news. Now, moving ahead, this is big news. President Trump officially signs an executive order opening the $12.5 trillion 401k retirement market to crypto investments. So we heard news of this recently, going back to weeks actually, and it's officially done. So this is massive. It will allow a lot of capital, trillions of dollars, to come into crypto. So as I've been saying, be patient. The market's going to rally. A lot of investments are going to come into crypto. And we got ETFs around the corner. Things are lining up beautifully here. So this is very bullish. Now, David Sachs, White House crypto czar, gave some details on what Trump did with this 401k executive order, but also a banking executive order. So David says, President Trump signed two important executive orders relevant to the crypto community today. First, guaranteeing fair banking for all Americans prevents the denial of banking services based on political beliefs, religious beliefs, or lawful business practices. This means unfair censorship campaigns like the debanking of conservatives or Operation Chokepoint 2.0 can never happen again. Number two, democratizing access to alternative assets for 401k investors will allow more than 90 million American workers whose retirement accounts are currently limited to access the same range of alternative assets, including digital assets that are available to government workers for better returns and diversification. Folks, so bullish, so bullish. More capital is going to be coming in. This is really monumental. Emin Gunsier, who's the founder of the Avalanche blockchain, said this is a colossal unlock for capital allocation in our industry. Today marks a historic day for cryptocurrency policy in the US. Spot on. Now, folks, I Trust Capital allows you to get ahead of this, where you can invest in crypto assets. You can set up a self-directed IRA and roll over your existing IRA or your 401k onto this platform, and you can trade 80 plus cryptocurrencies. And obviously there's huge tax benefits by doing this, right? So this is a great alternative versus using a traditional exchange. And you can trade 24/7. There's low cost, no monthly fee. And obviously the tax advantages are great. But they also offer what's called a premium custody account, which I believe is second to self-custody with a hardware wallet, because they are using bank-tiered custodial services. They use Coinbase's institutional prime custody, which BlackRock and some of the big institutions use. So it's insured, it's obviously top tier, and you don't have to worry about that being hacked, and it's all covered, obviously. So this is a great option for you to invest in crypto, custody your crypto, and I have an account with them. And folks, if you sign up with my link, you can get $100 funding bonus. So check out I Trust Capital. This is a great alternative with huge tax benefits and great custodial security services. The link will be in the description. Now, we got some very big news from Chainlink. Chainlink is launching a reserve. They said, we're excited to announce the launch of the Chainlink Reserve, a new upgrade centered on the creation of a strategic on-chain reserve of Link tokens. Many of you know I have Link in my portfolio. I'm very bullish on Link. Chainlink is being used by many other blockchains. Their oracles and price feeds are being used by many folks in the industry. So they are really building a key infrastructure. So they said the Chainlink Reserve is designed to support the long-term growth and sustainability of the Chainlink network by accumulating link tokens using off-chain revenue from large enterprises that are adopting the Chainlink standard and from on-chain service usage. The Chainlink Reserve is being built by using payment abstraction to convert off-chain and on-chain revenue into Link using a combination of Chainlink services and decentralized exchange infrastructure. They said demand for Chainlink has already created hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, substantially from large enterprises that have paid off-chain for access to the Chainlink platform. So this is pretty awesome. I love that they're doing this, and very, very bullish if you're a Link holder. Now look at this. This is very bullish. Nasdaq listed Fundamental Global files to raise up to $5 billion, with the majority of its proceeds will be used to buy ETH for its treasury strategy. So we're seeing more publicly listed companies looking to develop a crypto asset strategy. Some are going with Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP. Some are looking to do a basket. And this is a lot of money they're looking to raise. I mean, this is incredible. And ETH offers a great advantage because it has the staking component built in plus DeFi. So you can earn a lot from a yield standpoint, even in a market downturn or a bear market. So ETH, I think, will perform really well. And I think there's going to be a lot of buying of ETH for a treasury strategy. And speaking of ETH treasury strategy, Joe Lubin backed Ethereum treasury firm Sharplink to sell an additional $200 million worth of stock to buy ETH. So they're loading up even more. They are already the largest holder of ETH as far as a publicly traded company. So it's incredible what's happening. This is so bullish. Here's another example. Nasdaq listed Bittensor treasury company Oblong stakes $8 million of the token. So Bittensor, their token is called TAO. I personally don't hold it in my portfolio, but it's just amazing how it's going beyond the top assets. I mean, TAO is not like a top 10, top 15 asset. So it's pretty amazing that these publicly traded companies are doing this. The company pivoted to a decentralized AI treasury strategy with a focus on stockpiling TAO in June. Very, very bullish. And the fact that they're staking is awesome as well. Now, look at this. This is great adoption news. US convenience store chain Sheetz is offering 50% off purchases when paying with crypto daily from 3 to 7 p.m. at all 750 plus gas station locations nationwide. This is adoption, folks. You're going to see people being able to get paid in crypto, spend crypto, and we've been talking about more on-ramps being built, and obviously a huge one that President Trump enabled today with 401ks being able to invest in the crypto asset class. So very, very bullish. Final news item here, Framework Ventures leads a $9 million seed round for Web3 powered AI project Pearl. So Pearl is attempting to improve AI training using blockchain attributions and crypto economic incentives for high quality human feedback. So a couple things here. We're seeing innovation with AI and blockchain. These two technologies certainly have a symbiotic relationship. They benefit each other. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this. And then second, money is still out there for you to raise as an entrepreneur and innovator. And now's the time. I've often said, if you got an idea, put a pitch deck together, go to these hedge funds and VCs, and you can get a funding round, man, to build, if you got a good idea, obviously, to build a cool project. So signs of a bull market, signs of this asset class maturing, and people being bullish that they're betting, they're investing, putting a lot of capital in it. It's why, the TradFi institutions, many of them were very upset and lobbied Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler to attack the industry, because a lot of capital was leaving the traditional investments and going to crypto companies and infrastructure companies and token projects and much more. So very bullish news, folks. Things are looking really great. I hope you are viewing this market from the macro perspective, because price volatility will happen. And if you zoom out and you're not emotional about the market, you will see where we are headed. And that is to higher prices and to a blow off top later this year, in my opinion. And it's going to get euphoric. It's going to get greedy. Make sure you got a profit taking plan if you are planning to take profits, because we want to walk away with money in our pockets from this bull market. So folks, let me know what you think about this news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto, folks. It is packed with tons of value, so check it out. All the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.